What's up, Calvary? Yo, y'all know this game right here? Where y'all be filling in the blanks with the colors and shit like that? Alright, whatever. Well, I'm gonna be playing that while I'm talking. So I feel like self-respect is dying out. Self-respect is dying. People don't respect themselves as much as they used to. You know, people take more shit than they're supposed to. Because let's be honest, we're not pacifist at all. We're not. We want violence. Some of us want violence, but we feel stuck in this little space. Maybe some of us want to confront a coworker, and we're afraid to say something because we're afraid that we'll lose our jobs. And we think, are we moving tactical, or are we moving with scarcity? Are we scared of losing our job? Are we scared of having consequences? Are we scared we're going to get yelled at by the manager? But at the end of the day, if you're a grown-ass person, can't no other grown-ass person yell at you without getting put in their place. Because some managers be acting like they your father, and you gotta let them know, like, I don't give a fuck what you gonna do, but you ain't finna talk to me like that. And I'm gonna let that be known right off the bat. Because you hide behind your job position as a manager, but if I yoke you up out that motherfucking chair, or out of that skinny ass button up that don't even fit around your stomach because you too goddamn fat, I'm going to jail, but you gonna know that you can't ever fuck with me again, and anybody else. And I hope I scar your bitch ass as well, and you lose a few teeth, nigga. But besides that, don't let some shit slide you know you shouldn't. Because I'm not a gangster. I'm not at all. I'm not a street dude. I ain't never been in the hood. I'm from the suburbs, you know what I'm saying? Have I lived in neighborhoods where there were gunshots around? Yes. You go to bed, pow, pow, pow. Niggas shooting right across from my house, pow, pow, pow. But I'm not living in no hood. Like I'm not a thug. I've never done anything, and I'm not trying to be tough. But there's a difference between being tough and having self-respect, right? Because some shit, you just gotta let pop somebody in their mouth. You gotta pop somebody in their mouth once in a while. And now people are afraid to do that because, oh, what if the person has a gun? Or what if I get in trouble? Or the biggest thing, what if I go to jail? What if I go to prison? Things of that nature. Sometimes, and I know it's crazy to say this, sometimes you gotta risk it though. Sometimes you gotta risk it. And the funny thing is, if you think somebody got a gun and they haven't pulled it out yet, punch them in their mouth and don't stop. Now, you could even put them in a headlock. Try something. Figure it out. I can't tell you what you're going to do in that situation because adrenaline is going to be at an all-time high. And shit, you might even enter a flow state and do something you ain't never done before to keep yourself alive. But regardless, I feel like a lot of people just don't protect themselves. They don't protect their morals. And they just walk around with this chip on their shoulder because they know they should have done something about the situation, but they didn't because they just turned the other cheek. And I don't believe in that. I don't believe in turning the other cheek. I never did. Because at first I do it, right? Because if you're anything like me, you have a parent, a father, or a mother who's very violent in their younger days. They've done everything that you wanted to do. They beat people ass, they shot at people, they body slam people, they fucking hoes, doing all this. And because you're their kid, they'll let you know, like, yo, that's not it no more. You know what I'm saying? Don't do it. It's not worth it. You know what I'm saying? And when you hear something like that from your parents, it makes you want to do that. Like, oh, well, if my parents was like this, then maybe I should stand up for myself like they did too. Maybe I should do it too. And honestly, you get carried away. I've been in situations where I'm like, what would my father do if he was younger? Man, nah, I'm finna beat the fuck out this nigga. And then I realized, like, I'm not my father. I'm me. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, you gotta make your own choices. You gotta make your own choices. Because just like your parents was responsible for the choices that they made, you're going to be held responsible for the choices that you make as well. So be careful. But even if it's verbal, physical, emotional, stand up for yourself, regardless of who it is. And I don't care how scared you are, but at the end of the day, when that situation get over with, you're going to feel 1,000 times better, and you're going to feel like a victor. you're gonna feel victorious. Because there's been times where you didn't stand up for yourself and you went home and you couldn't stop thinking about it. It was on your plate. It's fucking with your head. You feel like less of a man or less of a woman. You feel like less of a person. Don't let niggas do that shit to you. Actually, don't do that shit to yourself. Don't do it, because you're gonna fuck yourself over. It's a lot of mental struggle coming with taking things you know you're not supposed to. So don't. I'm learning. And I'm gonna have an experience like this soon, coming up. I'm gonna make a video like this. I'm gonna make a video about that situation, because I got some shit that bothered me. So I'm finna go balls to the wall with it. I'll let y'all know how it go. I'm gonna let y'all know how that shit go. And afterwards, I'm gonna be happy as shit about it, because I know I stood up for myself. But, oh, but it's not worth it. It's not worth it. You're not worth it. You giving yourself a peace of mind and doing and standing up for yourself is not worth it. But what about the consequences? Okay, what about the consequences? There's consequences for everything, right? You know what, man? If you get fired from a job, now, knock on wood, pray that none of you do. The consequence will be you will have to find another job and you'll be out of money for a little bit. Okay. But you'll feel good. You'll feel good knowing that you didn't let anything slide, that you stood up for yourself, and that you stood up for you. Now, you can take a whole bunch of shit, stay at the job, make a whole bunch of money, but it's eating you alive every day that you are kind of a coward, because you're going to see yourself as a coward. Regardless of what you did was tactical or not, you're going to see yourself as a coward. Regardless. Regardless. Trust me, I know what I'm talking about. I felt like a coward thousands of times. That's why I'm telling you guys, don't do the same mistake. And this video is also a reminder to myself that don't make the same mistake, because when I make these videos for you, I also make these videos for me to remind myself. Because sometimes I could be a hypocrite and I can not remember or not do the things that I said I was going to do. But don't let your self-respect die. Because when you do let your self-respect die, that's when you die on the inside. And then not only that, but you're going to become bitter. You're going to become very bitter, and you're going to be mad at everything and everyone like it was their fault that you got bitched around and you ain't do nothing about it. Don't do it. Don't do it. No, regardless, I hope y'all enjoyed this video, this little rant. This is what I was coloring, by the way, if y'all care. I got a little bit done. It's too bright. Let me turn my brightness down a little bit. Y'all see that? Y'all like that? I'm working on the colors right here, but overall I think I did a pretty good amount. But regardless of that, I hope each and every last one of you have a good day, and I love you. Like and subscribe.